Hey folks, looks like we've had our last login for the day. We might have somebody pop in here at the end, but I originally had planned to record everything, all the question and answer, and then post it. But then I realized the question and answers were about things like, personal information, like home addresses and phone numbers, and that really wouldn't make well for a video to be posted on the internet or whatever. So I thought I'd make a real quick one here at the end and just kind of review some of the questions that we've had and little tips and tricks for Jovial as you uh, dig on through the process. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I have a pretend account. I think I showed it to you guys during parent orientation. If you weren't there, it's a good opportunity to see my really goofy parent account. Let me see if I can go ahead and share this. Let's see, share that screen. We're going to share. Okay, here's the family portal. Before I share it, I want to tell you what happened. You should have gotten a email from Jovial. That's an invitation to join Jovial. If you didn't, you could probably go back and try to get another one. If you need one from me, I can always just click up and send you a quick invitation link again. But you click the link in the email to get to our site the first time, and then after that you can get in otherwise. But you have to get that invitation first to get in. And if we have your email, it's that way. You may be a parent whose spouse or partner signed both of you up for the school and forgot to put your email address and put their own. That's totally fine. Let that person log in and complete the form, and then they'll be able to put your information in, and we'll get you all hooked up that way, and you can follow the next steps after you're put in and processed. But let's do a little quick log into Jovial. So when you log into Jovial from your phone or your computer, I'm doing it from computer, so you'll see this the way this looks, but it's always the same. Here, let's go. We're gonna share it here. There we go. As you can see here, this is the login info. Right here at the top is our, you can see our logo. If you click the logo, it'll refresh and bring you back to the main page whenever you go. Home billing is not, it's not set up yet. We'll get that set up later down the way. We just kind of taking things as they come, and setting up billing at this point was just a little bit too big of a process for us, and we weren't sure we could do it without a couple of flaws, and nobody wants to get weird bills in the mail, so we want to make sure we had that all squared away before we move that next part. So your family is right here, and then your billing is off to your right. You can click the view details, but nothing's there yet. It says their current balance is due. That is not true. It may be true, but don't count on that being the no due there. This is my address, and this, so right here is the name of the family. The family name is pretend. That's the kid's last name. And then the address is right here. And then the parent job will go right here too, which is kind of cool. We can do that later, but that's something else. But when you log in, the first thing I want you to do before you do this this form that I asked you to do, I want you to click up here on the right. And then you see when you click on the right, it pops down and it says password, self sign in. You click the password and it'll let you do a new password. So the first time you log in, if you set a password, save that password. That's how you'll log into this Jovial, again, without having to send yourself a request email every time. You don't have to set a password up, but if you don't do that, you have to do this weird thing where you email yourself a link and then log back in, and have to do that every time. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's better to just get that password set right out the gate, get that done. The other thing is a self sign out pin, and this has got to be 6 digits. And I don't have an answer for this yet. I'm working on it. I've submitted the question. I think each child has a PIN for them. The family has a PIN, and that's how that will work. But it might be that each parent has their own PIN number. This is relevant. I think it'll log you into Jovial, but what I do know it'll log you into is at some point when we do sign-ins, when we go you take your phone and you click the sign in and you do it that way, you check your name. There's an extra security feature that we can add, which I think we're probably going to add, that will ask for your PIN. That way somebody else can't sign your kid in under your name, which no one really can anyways, because they'll have to be there to get the scan. But that'll help that. Or if you suddenly want to maybe take someone off of your list, you can just change your PIN and they won't be able to log and then drop your kid on or pick a kid up. Also, you would want to definitely notify us of any of that if that happens, and we can put that in there and make sure those kids are not, that person doesn't pick up. Anyways, off of the negative stuff. You put your PIN in, and you get back here. And then, so right here is our student caregiver info. Before we click it, I want to show you right here. It says returned. I've been playing with this account. This account submitted it a while ago, and it was wrong. So Mr. Pretend Man, whose account this is, submitted his information, his form, but he messed it all up, or he just made a little mistake. And Teacher Bob went and checked the form and said, you missed a couple pieces, and he returned it. And so it came back returned. If it says processing, it means Teacher Bob's working on it, or Teacher Nancy, whoever else is working on it at that moment. If it says submitted, no one's looked at it yet. We're getting around to it. So it says returned, which means that he can go back and edit again. So we're going to click on check info. And here we are. Let's pretend. Going to make sure my address is right. You could change this. You can be, oh no, actually I live in Scottsdale. Whatever, I can't spell. But we'll do. Yes, there we go. I'm just going to put in all my old addresses. The students, the little pretend boy. His preferred name is the test subject, so he's test. He has no allergies. Here's where you want to do something. If he does have allergies, you want to make sure you put that. You have to write none if it's no allergies. You can write, peanuts, and anything else that you have on there. We have to have another form for you for your allergies that's separate, but this will be the thing that like parents can check real quick and other people can check and will help us know. So make sure that's on there. Make sure you click your gender there. We only have 2 at the moment. Probably should have that 3rd one there. Birth date, all that's right. Permission might give permission, yes or no. Now permission here is literally it's permission from promotion and marketing media. We'll still have parents on campus taking pictures of their kids. Your kids might enter those pictures between parents, but that's between parents. That's not the school. We're asking only permission for using for media purposes. Any other pictures are not. We don't have release forms for. You're not releasing that. We won't release anything to any social media from our accounts or anything like that. But we can't obviously we can't be in charge of what other people do with their lives. But for us, you have to get photos from them. Anyways, long, very Teacher Bob story. So right here, we want to sign up. Oh, you know what? My kid, actually, I had to get there early. I'm going to click on that and drop them off early. And I want my kid to stay for Fun Bunch with Teacher Megan. It sounded like a lot of fun when Teacher Bob said that. I could also use that break till 3 o'clock. I might do aftercare, but not right now. I'm not going to sign up for that. Let's see. I'm Teacher Bob's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 a.m. class. And I like that class so much, I was going to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday. So those are all there. We're going to go down. Oh, look. Here's the next kid, his pretend brother. This is the other friend, another child. So if you have 2 kids in the program, you have 2 here. Preferred brother, his birth date here, 7/20/2020. He's a little younger, so he's going to be in the twos class. He's going to be in the twos class Tuesday, Thursday, and then. But we're not going to leave him at lunch because we're going to pick him up early because his brother's going to stay later. And then here we are. We're going to add child's co-oping family members. We got big pretend lady, the mother. That's the school email address. And this is something that you'll need to know. Notice that big pretend man and big pretend lady have different email accounts. Everybody has to have a different email account. If you don't have someone's email address, that's fine. Don't put one. Don't like say, oh, I'm going to give my mom the same email address and I'll just get all of her information. It doesn't work that way. It'll kick back an error. Everybody's got to have their own stuff. So that's their mother, and then phone number. Make sure you get that too. It's nice to have that quick and fast. Big pretend man, and then there, and then you can also add a new caregiver. But these are caregivers that are co-oping family members. Only big pretend lady and big pretend man are going to be co-oping in the classroom. But you know what? Big pretend grandpa is going to pick up. Now, here's the thing. You can't write big pretend grandpa and grandma. Just like social media, people shouldn't share Facebook accounts. You shouldn't share these accounts. You can't share the accounts. Because when someone comes to pick up your kid, I don't know if grandma or grandpa picked your kid up. And, they both seem like stable people now, but things change. And one day you may be like, I wasn't sure grandpa was supposed to pick up and grandma. And so they have to have their own accounts. Now, grandpa's not really big on the interwebs. He doesn't have an internet. He hasn't signed up, so we're going to skip that form. We're going to put this here. We're going to do like 885 or 615 5 888 9726. I don't know. I'm just making numbers up. If I just said your phone number, I apologize. There we go. He does not want access to the family portal. I don't want him logging in and looking at everything. It just stresses him out. He doesn't need to get the email when the requirements are due. He does not need to join the mailing list. He'll just respond back with some weird article. And he doesn't need to join the alumni mailing list so that, you know what, we might put him on there, but that's not really a deal. But this is a cool thing. So if your kid, when you guys graduate, it'll put you on there and just say, hey, we're having another crazy party, which you may say, I don't want to ever join another crazy party, but wait until that end of the year auction. It is a whole lot of fun. It's a fun thing to come back for. Make sure you're on there so you can get those invitations later. Last but not least, this is where somebody else had problems. Oh, big pretend mother is wait, no, mom is not an emergency contact. Mom is the first contact. If there's an emergency, I'm calling mom. If there's an emergency, it's because I can't find mom, and that's who I call next. So that might be like big pretend neighbor lady down obviously look right a bunch of names, you write their actual name. I'm not going to give her email address. There's not a big reason to give an email address there. I'm just going to give that phone number so someone can quickly find that person. And then I'm going to say, oh, it's a neighbor. And this person I call and say, hey, I can't get a hold of any other family members. Can you come here? Little pretend boy slipped and cut his knee open. He needs some help, or he's vomiting, and we need someone to come help make sure he's okay. And so we would call this person this last. Don't put your name again. You're already in there. Every time you do one of these things, it's a new account. So we're going to delete all. So we're going to go ahead and submit that. Now, let's see. Make sure I got it. Or I could add another caregiver too, but I'm not going to add any more right now. But you can add as many as you need to. We're going to submit that. It contains one error. Oh boy, where's my error? Doesn't like something that I did. Oh, this is the thing. Co-oping parents have to have phone numbers. They have to have phone numbers. And it's checking for invalid phone numbers. Cool. And then big pretend grandpa. So you won't let me go through without these things being correct. And emergency contacts. I don't know who this lady is. 873. Oh. Maybe this works. I don't know passwords. There it is. We'll hit submit. Try to kick it back. Oh, it took it. I submitted it. So there the form submitted. It says that I submitted it once, and here we submitted it again. And so that's cool, and that'll go in. Now, does that mean that I will go back? I'm like, oh, cool, I changed everything. No, it's not changed. It's not changed until a staff member goes in and checks. The reason is like we don't want you guys to accidentally like delete all of your information trying to update it. You put that in that quick little info update, and we'll go in and we'll say it's really cool when we click in. It just kind of scrolls down and says, oh, these two things are different. Do you want to change? And I click yes, and it moves it over. Want to change? Yes. This person put something in here. I'm like, oh, no, they meant this. That they actually put less information in. I say no. And I can go through and I'll update everything. And so it eventually will say submitted and accepted. It's all good. You've got your kids' information down here. Big pretend brother, big pretend lady. You got everybody else's information here. And then also, if you should all have access to view print roster. And this is for all of the kids in classes. This is all of the kids in his class. So he signed up for all those classes, and we put them in. Look at them. They're all, I think he signed up for I don't know. Looks like he signed up for the 3 class. I might have to take him out of that. Whoops. Anyways, that's there for you to click in. You'll have access to your class's information that way. There were some really helpful questions asked, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen real fast and see if I can answer those in case anybody else has those same questions here. I haven't figured out. There's a question about like what if there are two addresses for a kid, like if they spend time in split households. I haven't figured that out. I'm working on that really fast. Know that Jovial isn't our end all be all information. We will have information for both of you. But I definitely agree that we need to make sure people have access to both parents' house. I have a kid in a split household, and that's very important to me. So I'm taking that to heart and making sure that gets taken care of. We said you can't put more than one names for. You can't have grandma and grandpa share the same contact. They're two different people. Give them their own spaces. You can't put in wrong email. You can't share emails for their. Also, emails can only be shared associated with one caregiver. You and your partner can't share an email, so that's there. So submit that there. The other thing that I have is I'm going to in about 5 minutes. I'm going to release the next form, which is the form to upload your child's immunization records. And just like you did before, here I'll show you. Just like you did before, where you went to your home screen and you see this little student caregiver update and it says check info. There'll be another one here that says upload your child's forms. Or you can click over here for forms, and there's another form here that we can click for up. It'll be in this list here. It's not there yet. I haven't done it yet. We're going to get it taken care of. If for some reason you can't figure this out, you're welcome to bring it on Workday, which is Saturday, with you, your child's immunization records, and you can give them to the office, and we'll upload them for you. Eventually, we kind of want you to do that yourself, but we get that things are kind of moving fast right now, and we have to have that information in before the first day of school. So that is all the things I think I shared for Jovial. If you have any more questions, feel free to hit me up on GroupMe. If it's a question you think that maybe somebody else will benefit from, feel free to ask in the classroom GroupMes. If you're like, hey, it's a weird question, you can send me a personal message through GroupMe. I'll answer that way too. Please know that I will respond as fast as I can, but like probably drop off. I probably shouldn't be answering messages after 8 o'clock, so I won't in the evenings. But most of the time, I'll be pretty quick about responding with that. But I'll get back to you by the next day. I'm not ignoring you. I can also change everything from the background, but know that I'm not that swift at doing it on my phone. So it may be a situation where I go, hey, I recognize it's not a priority at the moment. I'll get this when I sit down in front of my computer. And as a 3-year-old preschool teacher, I don't have a lot of time in front of my computer. It's only set times during the day. So just be mindful of that. I may not get done to like the following Thursday if it's not super pressing in that moment. And if there's anything that is super pressing, like let's say you have a situation where somebody in your family who's on your list or isn't on your list, you feel as a sudden you don't want them picking your kid up, then that happens a lot more than you think. So of course, put it on Jovial, but that's not like tell me or the teacher or the directors as fast as you can, because those are the people who are going to be able to make that change for you and make that work. So please make sure that happens. And anyways, thank you so much. I'll check with you guys later. Let me know. All right.